Yo, what's going on, guys? My name's Tafari, and this is going to be my recap and review of Arrow Season 4, Episode 10, Blood Debts. So, in this episode, the Arrow really impressed me. I really like the action scenes. I was really craving to watch something, action-packed. I watched The Flash the day before, and I'll do another video, on that review, if I feel like it warrants it. But a small synopsis. In this episode, Oliver hunts down Damien Dark, who's the dude that puts his wifey in a wheelchair permanently. Supposedly, the doctors can't fix her spine. They've gotten the best doctors. There's nothing they can do. So they say, right? And then at the end of the episode, right, he hunts down Damien Dark with the help of, we'll call him human bait, right? He uses Anarchy, dangles him out there, who is another bad guy who also wants Damien Dark dead. And so he allows Anarchy to pretty much flush out Damien Dark for him. But at the end of the episode, Anarchy's tactics turn out to be too violent. He's gonna kill the whole family. So far we don't think the wife has anything to do with the evil plot. I mean, until the last ending scene where it almost sounds like she's more of an evil bastard than Damien Dark is, right? But a lot of stuff in the middle here. I really like the interactions between Diggle and his brother. I feel like, enough knuckles to your skull will wake you up. He really is starting to wake up. Whereas before the hiatus, it seemed like he was just a robot for the ghost. So, I don't know how many times he came in there and was putting lickings on him, in between. But I mean, I guess only a day is supposed to have passed, even though it's been months for us, right? So yeah, really interesting. A lot of dynamics, dude. This episode was really well written. I often say that Arrow is a very crowded show. The cast is very crowded, and I just feel like because it started older, where I don't know, maybe the Flash seems kind of crowded too, I guess, but they did a good job this time with not leaving anybody out, and developing every character except for the wife, Diggle's wife. I don't know, I always say, she's just another woman, you know what I mean? She's a baby carrier, for the show. And I'm not trying to be sexist, but I'm just saying that she hasn't contributed to the show really. She hasn't moved the plot along. I'm not saying that all women are blah 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 blah. You know what I mean? I'm not saying anything like that. I'm saying that this particular woman in this particular show has not showed me any real reason for her purpose there. And that's Diggle's wife I'm talking about. But yeah, I think the main things that moved the plot along in this episode was learning that Felicity is going to be in that wheelchair forever, and also learning about this grave. In this particular episode, they did a Pulp Fiction to us where they showed us 4 months ahead, right? They showed us 4 months ahead, and they showed Oliver, standing over this grave. And the question is, who's in this fucking grave, right? And they don't show us. And at the end of the episode, whoever's in the grave, it hurts them enough to say, we've got to kill, whoever put him in the grave. Honestly, they never give us any, I don't think they said it was Damien Dark. They could have been, the ultimate swerve where it's you think it's the enemy that you're facing right now, but this enemy, it seems like he's almost close to being defeated. I'm not sure. Actually, if you watched last night's episode, Damien Dark right now, he does seem pretty badass. At the end of the episode, Arrow meets up with him, and Damien Dark really he levitates the arrows out of homie's quiver and stabs him with them a bunch, and then pretty much says, now get out of here. Honestly, he did just kick his ass. Not as bad as Zoom kicked Barry's ass on the Flash, but almost worse, because it was Zoom needed to make a statement where this dude didn't even have to. He just heard him, not even enough to really kill him, but just to show him like, bro, you can't do anything. Like kind of like how you would outpower your brother and like hold their elbow behind their heads or something, you know, behind their back or something. You know, like that's pretty much what he did with powers to this dude. Like you can't beat me. I can regenerate. You almost killed me one time. One time he almost killed him, dude. He had him in a building pinned to the ground with arrows, and then he put an explosive arrow right next to his face. Wasn't that him, or was that might have been Merlin that did that, because that would have killed him, man. So I don't know if the arrow went that far already. I might be mistaken. It might have been Malcolm Merlin dressed as Arrow. A lot of confusing things happened, but yeah, it was a really action-packed episode. Anarchy really surprised me. I didn't know he could do like flying back kicks. Like he did some like old Power Ranger kick, like those old school Power Ranger kick, like kick him so hard that makes an explosion happen behind him that slings him forward and shit. Like he kicked Speedy right in her fucking throat. And yeah, it was a very interesting episode. I mean, between the two, I watched The Flash yesterday. The Flash was still better to me, but probably just because I have a bias for The Flash. Like I'm really enjoying, you know, watching, I don't know, running around and super speed. Like before there was The Flash, it was cool to watch somebody sling arrows, but now it just seems like watching some old tech. Like slinging arrows is like the new floppy disk, you know what I mean? And The Flash is like the cloud, you know? Is that a good enough analogy? I was really good at analogies in school, dude. I had this teacher, Mr. Kinsler, in Brooklyn, and he was real strict, man. He ended up being the dean later on, but I don't know, like he would never praise, you know. And I remember one time he was like, yeah, you're really strong in your analogies or some shit like that. It made me feel real good, man. You remember those first couple times where you get some praise and it makes you feel real good, you know. But yeah, you know, I think about finish the video off right here, because I mean I'm probably just gonna blunder with this sniper rifle a little bit, and then but I went on a tear. I think at this moment in the game I might be like 33 and something ridiculous because of the Wraith. You just see it like filling up the kill feed. But I'm having some fun on Black Ops 3 right now. Sometimes it's tough, sometimes it's hard to be consistent, you know. Mainly because I play by myself, and I'll get the worst teammates, honestly, and I hate to be that guy that blames the teammates who watch the snipe. But boom. But yeah, that's it, you guys. I'll talk to you later.